this is them asking him about getting to the facility so early.
This is Cam Ward.
I said yes, I've grown up, watched my dad wake up at 4:30 doing the job he didn't like. So, if I can't wake up early and do what I need to do for a job I do like, I shouldn't be playing football. And that goes for everybody in the locker room. If you can't have the expectation for yourself that you want to be with a good or a great player and want to put the work in, I just think that's how it should go. I just think good things only come to those who work.
Bro.
So those were the comments that were said, I believe it was 2 days ago, by Cam Ward. And that really sparked a interesting kind of thought that I had in my head about winners and why he was taken number 1 overall. I've always been a big fan of Cam Ward. If you go back to my show or my video that I did back in March, the beginning of the draft process, I said I had him number 1 on my board. I was a big fan of this guy. But like I said, this is why the Titans drafted Cam Ward. His leadership and his drive. All greats have it, really. And this is the start, I think, he has a long way to go, but this is all showing signs of a quarterback that is driven, motivated to be the best that he can be. And that's why he went number 1 overall. Like I said, all the greatest players have it. We have Tom Brady, right? There were stories of Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. If you guys remember, I don't know if you've seen this, but Tuesdays, as a lot of football fans know, is when football players and coaches have that day off. The NFL does not run on Tuesdays, right? Even during the season. There are stories of Tom Brady and Peyton Manning being so obsessed with their craft that they would come in and watch film and practice even on Tuesdays. And this is that mentality that Cam Ward has. And so just to get an edge on their opponents, they'll come in when they don't have to. When players don't have to, the great ones will show up even on the off days, right? So I don't know if the Titans are a playoff contender, but I do know they made a lot of key offseason acquisitions. You've got Xavier Woods. They acquired Xavier Woods in free agency. Obviously, they fixed their secondary because by getting safety Xavier Woods. The Titans had one of the worst, not just secondaries, but one of the worst secondaries in the entire league last year. So they went out, they got Xavier Woods, who was the Carolina Panthers safety. Last year, he had 72 solo tackles. He started 111 games in his career. They got him last year for $5 million per year, 2-year deal, $5 million per year. So it's a 2-year, $10 million deal. He had 3 interceptions last year, had 72 solo tackles. So they went out, they got a really good safety to kind of shore up that room. They also acquired Kevin Zeitler, a right guard from Detroit, for a 1-year deal. He had a solid year last year. And as you guys all know, the Lions' entire team was injured. He was one of the few guys last year for the Lions who played 96% of the snaps on an injury-laden Lions team. Right guard, Kevin Zeitler. So they obviously had a terrible offensive line, had a terrible secondary. They go out, they get those 2 guys. And then they get Dan Moore. Now, I've had my questions about Dan Moore, left tackle from the Steelers, but he's not a terrible tackle. And for a Titans team that is just stripped of talent, that was a pretty good acquisition as well. So they went out, got Dan Moore, 4-year, $82 million deal, left tackle. Because, I've had my shortcomings. Like I said, Niners were at one time interested in Dan Moore. So I'm not going to say that, he's the greatest tackle, but at least they upgraded at that position. He's an upgrade at what the Titans had last year, which was J.C. Latham, who is now moving to right tackle.